Hey family, it's your girl African Export. Welcome to the Realist channel on the YT. So hair, you know, something that I get a lot is about single strand knots. Personally, that I do experience single strand knots. I believe that single strand knots, fairy knots, individual knots of hair on one single strand is something that plagues kinky hair types. And I think specific to that is on the spectrum of some of the drier, coarser, tighter type of textures. So yes, I do get them. Do I cut them? It really depends on how I feel. Sometimes I have cut individual strands, but I think that me personally, that doesn't really work for my lifestyle or my personality. I just kind of leave them there, and if my ends start to feel dry and detangling becomes difficult, I will dust my ends periodically. It might be once a year, it might be twice. It really just depends on how I feel about my hair at that time. Now what I have in my hair is an old school product. Now I have not used this product since maybe my first year after I cut off my locks, okay? It gets mixed reviews. You see this in the stores, okay? You know, I got to give it to you to something that is easily accessible, because for a lot of us, you know, from the college student to a person who does not live in an area that has many popular brands, they might have limited retailers in their area. Anyway, there's always a Walmart. Some people would have an issue because it does contain, I believe, mineral oil. I know there's cones in here, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's a leave-in conditioner, but it has a second ingredient of shea butter. So it definitely coats my hair. And for me, moisturizing your ends, lubricating your ends is, I believe, one of the best contributors to helping you retain your length, and also curly hair types, kinkier hair types. The ends is really where you're going to lose the hair, so keeping your hair stretched and keeping those coils and your kinks and your curls stretched out will keep them from curling up on themselves. And then if they do get a little dry, they'll go ahead and make that little knot. How it happens, I don't know. I guess there's little fairies in there tying them. Some people you can use, okay, take your water, add a little bit of oil to it. I like olive oil, that's a good one. You can add leave-in conditioner, or you can leave something like a VO5 in here, whatever you like. This is just the moisture, the water. Most important. If that's all you used was water and oil, I'm sure your hair would probably thrive, unless it requires a little bit added something, then maybe some shea butter. It doesn't take much. So I think when people think about products, talk about what they would like to use, it really, all that really matters is what is your preference. That's what it all boils down to. Products that your hair will probably thrive. If you like store brand products, your hair will thrive. It's your routine, how you maintain your hair, how you protect your hair, how you handle your hair. All of these things are factors. The products really don't matter, in my opinion, for the most part. That's why I can recommend a lot of products that I believe will work. It is your regimen and how you maintain that really will play the difference in hair growth. Okay, I just wanted to talk to you guys about single strand knots, how they've affected me personally. A lot of times I can maintain single strand knots in my hair. I mean, I just feel like part of that is the nature of my texture, and truly wanted to avoid that, I would wear my hair straight. That will help avoid single strand knots. But in your natural hair journey, or whatever journey you're on, whatever you're gonna call it, single strand knots, I believe that you can live with them. If you do have a tighter, much coilier, dense, dry, coarse texture, those hair types, in my opinion, are best and thrive when they are in protective styling, because that hair is very, very, very delicate and prone to breakage and dryness and being brittle. So that is also one of the things why that particular hair type thrives in styles like locks. So if you guys want to, because I know that when I initially came on here, I did not talk to you guys about my locked journey because I had already cut my locks before I started doing YouTube. So if any of you guys have questions, or maybe you're interested in what I did during that time, and I must say that I have gained much more knowledge about natural hair care since then, but I can share with you my experience. Hopefully this, maybe shed a little bit of insight for some of you guys who are experiencing dryness or possibly some breakage. Protective styling is definitely a benefit to your hair. However, that may or may not work for you. So hopefully, if any of you guys have any comments or maybe questions, make sure you read the comments below. Sometimes your questions have already been answered. And I love it when you guys also share your knowledge and insight with other commenters. So thanks for continuing to make this family a positive and fast growing one. We are almost 20,000 strong, so go ahead, tell a friend, and I'm gonna keep it real with you until next time.